o'clock lunchtime. Oh, I'm so hungry. All right, let's see what we got here. Got my sandwich, got some vegetables, fruit, got my chocolate milk. This is looking pretty good. Hey, Rainbow.
Hi.
How you doing?
What are you doing?
I'm having my lunch.
That
How are you?
looks kind of gross.
What do you mean? It's my healthy lunch.
How is that healthy?
What are you even talking about? Look what I'm eating. I've got vegetables, thank you. I've got some lovely fruit here, and here I have some grains and some meat and some dairy.
Okay, first of
Actually,
all,
I have double vegetables because meat really is vegetables.
those are chips.
They're
Those
vegetable
are
chips.
raisins filled with sugar.
Maybe.
And this looks, I don't know what kind of meat it is.
Healthy grains, healthy orange dairy cheese, I think. And meat,
Spam.
Meat really is vegetables because it comes from cows, and cows eat grass, and grass is a vegetable. So it's really just vegetables. It's all vegetables and some healthy sort of orange cheese that you can see at night.
I'm kind of worried about you.
What do you mean? I'm following my doctor's orders.
You've
This is
got
all good stuff.
chocolate milk going on?
Well,
What about real
That's
milk?
beans. You see, cocoa chocolate beans, and you put them in. It's healthy.
Well,
It's
you
very
know,
healthy.
you keep this up and then you go see the doctor in a month and we'll see how the results go because I'm kind of worried about you.
This won't take me to the Olympics.
No,
This
no.
healthy diet of mine,
I
really?
think you got to get your heart checked out.
Oh, do you think there's like a new food guide maybe that I should look at, learn about,
You
and
know
follow?
what? That would be a good idea.
Okay, maybe there's an article we can find about that I could read and get good information about healthy eating.
I think so. I think I saw that one.
Huh.
Well, let's check it out then.
Yeah. While everyone knows the importance of a healthy diet, not all of us get enough essential nutrients on a daily basis. To help us with this, Taiwan's government has created My Meal Plate, a diagram that shows the foods our bodies need and how much of them to eat in a day. Dairy, a glass of milk twice a day. Milk provides the calcium for our bones. Drink around 1.5 to 2 cups a day. Fruit, a fist-sized amount of fruit at every meal. For the most benefits, choose a variety of fresh local fruit. Hello everyone, welcome to Live Interactive English. I'm Mike.
I'm Rainbow.
And today we're going to be learning how to maintain a healthy body with
My Meal Plate.
That's right, My Meal Plate. Part 1, so this is a 2-day article. Today in day 1, we're going to be finding out all about My Meal Plate. And this is a new thing from the government, which is showing people how to eat healthy.
What a cool plan.
It's kind of a nice idea in the way they present it. It's kind of like a plate of food, like a tray you might get when you go to a restaurant, and they kind of show you which foods you should eat more of, how much you should eat. All of this good stuff is very easy to understand with My Meal Plate, and our article will make it even easier to understand. So let's begin and see what it's all about. This first sentence tells us, while everyone knows the importance of a healthy diet, not all of us get enough essential nutrients on a daily basis. Like me with my vegetable snacks. Those aren't very
Healthy.
good vegetables, yeah. So we're not getting our healthy food on a daily basis or every day like we should. So to help us with this, Taiwan's government has created My Meal Plate, a diagram that shows the foods our bodies need and how much of them to eat in a day.
Oh,
what
that's
a
convenient.
great idea. And this is the kind of thing, if you follow it, you should have no problem keeping yourself stuck to a healthy diet. And it's easy to understand because it's presented as a diagram.
That's right.
So even I can figure it out.
So a diagram is a picture. So we'll see this picture and you can see that there are different items on the picture. Maybe there's some fruits, there's some vegetables, there's a bit of meat, maybe some rice or some noodles. It's a chart that's a photograph. Or, well, diagrams can be many different types of pictures. pictures. It doesn't have to be a chart, but sometimes you can have a diagram of a body part, for example, if you're studying biology. So I have an example sentence for you. A diagram of the human heart can be found on page 12 of the textbook. So you'll be opening it up and you'll see the different parts of the human heart, and we learn about that in biology class.
Absolutely. Diagrams are pictures. Usually they're kind of a line drawing, not a painting. Not talking about that. And you're right, diagrams are often used to teach us things.
Yeah.
You wouldn't see them, hanging in an art gallery. Diagrams aren't art like that, but you would find them in a science book or a geography book showing you things using drawings to pass on and to communicate good information, like how much dairy you should have. So let's check out my meal plate and we'll find out how much dairy we should have every day.
Okay, so for the dairy section, we're recommended to have, it says dairy, a glass of milk twice a day. So it'll be 2 glasses of milk a day. Milk provides the calcium for our bones. Drink around 1.5 to 2 cups a day. So, we need calcium for our bones to stay healthy. So we'll probably do like maybe a cup in the morning, a cup in the evening. Okay, and then the next item on our diagram is fruit. A fist-sized amount of fruit at every meal. For the most benefits, choose a variety of fresh local fruit. So we're looking at around this much fruit for every meal, and we want to eat what's in season in Taiwan right now.
That makes sense. Of course, the fruit will be cheaper if it's local fruit, and it will also be fresher because it didn't travel halfway across the world to get
for a couple months
to get to your table. Exactly. So that's a good idea. And I love this simple way to remember how much fruit, a fist-sized piece of fruit. So yeah, that's about as big as an apple or an orange. Yeah, exactly.
Just one piece.
We often use the fist or different things to show us, a basic size. It could be a thumb-sized piece of garlic for your food, or I think your heart is about fist-sized too. I remember hearing that.
That's right.
And your brain is about 2 fists. So your fist is basically when you close your fingers like this, as if you're going to punch someone, but we also use it just as a simple way to understand and to remember how big something is.
Right.
Do we have an example sentence for the word fist? Sure we do. Henry shook his fist at the thieves as they sped off in their car. He was showing them the size of the apple he's going to eat later. No, he was angry. That's why he showed his fist.
And the next word we have is benefit. Benefit means something that's good for you. So we see before this word we have B-E-N-E, bene, and that means good for. So anything that starts with bene is good for. Something that's good for you are benefits. For example, eating a lot of fruit can benefit your body, is a benefit for your body. That would be the noun form. I have a sentence for you. There are many benefits to owning a house, which means there are many good things about owning a house. For example, you get to stay in some place for a very long time. Okay, so we're going to take a very quick break now, and then I'm going to continue with what's on the diagram for my meal plate.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。我们都知道要均衡饮食，要吃得健康，但并非所有人每天都能获得足够的必需营养素。我们政府制作了 My Meal Plate 我的餐盘，那它是一张显示我们身体所需的食物以及一天要摄取多少的那种图表。我们就来看看到底要怎么吃才健康。第一个是看到乳制品，牛奶呢为我们的骨骼来提供钙质，那每天要喝大约1杯半到2杯的牛奶哦。那么水果的部分，每餐是要吃1个拳头大小的分量。为了获得最大的好处，就建议要选择各式各样的新鲜在地水果。我们来看单字 diagram 这个名词表示图表或是示意图。那么 fist 就是拳头，我们用 fist-sized 就可以用来描述是拳头大小的。再来 benefit， 它当名词表示好处、益处，也可以当动词来表达对什么什么有益。Rainbow 老师这时候提到这个字首 B-E-N-E， 我们就顺便来学一下这个 benefit 的字首字根。B-E-N-E 表示好 ，F-I-T 表示做。合在一起变成 benefit， 我们就可以用联想的方式，做了就会变好嘛，所以这个东西是有好处有益处的，那么 benefit 就是好处益处咯。接着回到课文中。
vegetables. A larger amount of vegetables than fruits. Dark green vegetables should make up at least a third of your vegetable choices. Nuts and seeds. 1 teaspoon of nuts and seeds. To estimate the required serving size for each meal, use the tip of your thumb for reference. A teaspoon is roughly equal in size to the tip of your thumb. Protein. A palm-sized amount of protein. Beans are the healthiest protein. Eggs, meat, and fish offer protein as well as healthy fats. Grains and starchy vegetables. As much rice as vegetables. At least a third of your daily amount of these should consist of whole foods. Get 150 minutes of exercise every week. Drink more water instead of soft drinks.
All right, welcome back. Here we are in the second part of our first day looking at my meal plate. So far, we've learned that dairy is good, but not too much. 2 glasses of milk a day. That's enough. A fist-sized piece of fruit every time you sit down for a meal. And make sure it's a good size, about the size of your fist. 1 grape does not count. So now let's move on to another thing I think everyone knows is healthy. Vegetables. We should all be eating lots of vegetables, right? But how many vegetables should we be eating?
All right, so the next section says vegetables, a larger amount of vegetables than fruits. Okay, so if fruits are this much, I would say vegetables probably like maybe this much.
Okay.
Dark green vegetables should make up at least a third of your vegetable choices. So of all the veggies, the ones that are dark green are the healthiest.
Okay, so lettuce, your Kongchin size, some spinach, things like that. Carrots,
broccoli.
Carrots, onions, these are good, but not dark green. So try to have at least 33% of your vegetables be dark green in color. That would be great. Now let's move on to another category. This is one I wouldn't really think of that much, certainly every day, but nuts and seeds. These are very, very healthy for you.
They are good oils.
Yeah, exactly. Good healthy oils. That's true. It says 1 teaspoon of nuts and seeds. All right, that's basically what they're kind of telling you to eat every day. 1 teaspoon, so that's, a small amount, maybe about this many. To estimate the required serving size for each meal, use the tip of your thumb for reference. A teaspoon is roughly equal in size to the tip of your thumb.
It's a bit a day.
A tablespoon might be a group of fingers, but about this many nuts or seeds, those are very good. And using the tip of your thumb is a good way to estimate the serving size.
That's right. To estimate means to look with your eye and guess the approximate amount. So that means about how much. I don't know exactly, I'm not going to weigh it, but I'm just going to guess because my thumb is this big, so I probably need like 4 or 5 nuts. That's called estimating. So this is a verb. She estimates the cost of the repairs at about $3,000.
Yeah, an estimate, when we estimate things, it's kind of like an educated guess. Guessing, but also using a little knowledge, a little experience,
a little research,
some of your wisdom. We should also point out that we can use the word estimate as a noun. What you guess is an estimate, right? You say an estimate, that's the noun. Estimate, that would be the verb. All right, so you can estimate the size of the nuts that you should eat by using the tip of your thumb as a reference. A reference is basically something you look at or look to for information. It could be a dictionary. That's reference. A reference book for, the meaning of words. Wikipedia is a great reference online, or Google. You could also use your parents or someone who's got more knowledge than you as a reference for something. You ask them for answers, you ask them for their opinion, their advice. It's basically a trusted source of information.
Right.
For example, Lily kept the book on her desk for easy reference, probably a dictionary, a thesaurus, something like that. And now we can move on to the next category in our My Meal Plate. The next group is protein. All right. When people think of protein, they generally think of meat.
Meat, that's right.
A lot of people would say, I get my protein from eating red meat like steak or things like that. Protein is really important for building strong muscles and organs. It's made up of amino acids and stuff like that. But yeah, if you're working out, if you want to have strong muscles, protein is very important. How much protein? A palm-sized amount of protein. All right, so here we're using our palm as a reference. This is sort of the center part of your hand. So if you're having a piece of pork or chicken or steak, about that big. But meat might not be the best place to get your protein. That's what we learn next. It says beans are the healthiest protein.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. You can skip that steak and go straight for some white beans or black beans. There's red beans, there's garbanzo beans, there's lima beans, there's kidney beans, there's all sorts of beans that you can eat, and they're cheaper than steak and healthier than steak, and you can find all sorts of wonderful recipes to make things with beans. But if you're a little tired of beans, there are other places to get protein, of course. Eggs, meat, and fish. Those are some good healthy proteins. It says egg, meats, and fish offer protein as well as healthy fats. Yeah, I think fish has a lot of good healthy fat, doesn't it? All right, moving on to the next category.
The next category is grains and starchy vegetables. As much rice as vegetables.
Oh.
Okay, so we're looking at a bit bigger than a fist. At least a third of your daily amount of these should consist of whole foods.
Okay, so whole foods, whole grains, brown bread,
Brown rice,
things like that. Those are some of the healthiest ways that you can get this fiber from your grains. And then here's other advice beyond just eating well. We've covered your good diet, some other things you can do away from the dining room to keep yourself healthy. A lot of this we know already, but it gives us good numbers. Get 150 minutes of exercise every week. 150 minutes, so basically that's 30 minutes 5 days a week.
That's not bad.
It's not too bad at all.
In walking, biking counts.
For sure, absolutely.
Great. And also drink more water instead of soft drinks because of the sugar in soft drinks, you know, and a lot of people don't drink enough water per day. We're supposed to get about 2,000 cc a day. So
That's right.
hopefully you guys can start to follow all of this advice and become more healthy.
That would be great. And by the way, we don't just mean soft drinks. Yeah, you with your bubble milk tea with the extra sugar. Yeah, we're talking to you too. All of those drinks. Water is better than anything with a lot of sugar in it. All right, we'll be back tomorrow with more good eating guides and tips and suggestions with My Meal Plate. So please join us for that. It is going to be deliciously informative. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And bon appetit.
好，我们再来看蔬菜的摄取量。蔬菜分量要比水果多一些，那么深绿色蔬菜应该要占你蔬菜摄取量的1/3，至少要1/3哦。老师们提到这个 lettuce 就是莴苣 ，spinach 是菠菜，还有 broccoli 是青花菜。好，那我们再来看坚果和种子的摄取量是1茶匙。你要估算这个分量的话，可以用拇指指尖来作为参考。一个茶匙的大小呢，就跟拇指指尖大约相等。好 ，estimate 这个动词呢，它表示估算、估计、估价，它其实也可以当名词，但这时候要念作 estimate。estimate 动词 estimate 是名词。好，那 Rainbow 老师提到 approximate 这个形容词 approximate，approximate 可以形容是大约的、粗略的。在 Mike 老师则提到 educated guess， 这是表达说有根据的猜测，表示说你可能依据过往的经验啊，或是知识所做出的有根据猜测 educated guess。好，那再来我们看到下一个单词 reference。reference 它表示参考、参照，我们常常用 for reference 来表达供参考。如果是 reference book， 则是表达参考书、工具书的意思哦。那 Mike 老师提到 thesaurus。thesaurus 则是表达同义词词典。我们接着来看看蛋白质的建议摄取量是手掌大小。课文写到说，像豆类呢就是最健康的蛋白质，那鸡蛋啊、肉啊、鱼则是提供蛋白质还有健康的脂肪。那说到豆类，老师们就有提到 kidney bean 腰豆 ，lima bean 是皇帝豆，还有 garbanzo bean 是鹰嘴豆。那我们顺便学一下 hummus，H-U-M-N-U-S。 hummus， 则是指鹰嘴豆泥 hummus。好，再来，老师还有提到 amino acid 是指氨基酸的意思。我们课文最后写到说，谷类和淀粉类蔬菜这一类食物呢，每天的摄取量至少1/3是要包含原型食物哦。那也要记得多喝水，还有每周运动150分钟。文中用到 whole food， 它是表达不含人工添加剂的全天然食物、原型食物。那这时候 Michael 老师也用到 fiber 这个字。Fiber 可以表达纤维、食物纤维的意思。好，那以上是这些讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
While everyone knows the importance of a healthy diet, not all of us get enough essential nutrients on a daily basis. To help us with this, Taiwan's government has created My Meal Plate, a diagram that shows the foods our bodies need and how much of them to eat in a day. Dairy, a glass of milk twice a day. Milk provides the calcium for our bones. Drink around 1.5 to 2 cups a day. Fruit, a fist-sized amount of fruit at every meal. For the most benefits, choose a variety of fresh local fruit. Vegetables, a larger amount of vegetables than fruits. Dark green vegetables should make up at least 1/3 of your vegetable choices. Nuts and seeds, 1 teaspoon of nuts and seeds. To estimate the required serving size for each meal, use the tip of your thumb for reference. A teaspoon is roughly equal in size to the tip of your thumb. Protein, a palm-sized amount of protein. Beans are the healthiest protein. Eggs, meat, and fish offer protein as well as healthy fats. Grains and starchy vegetables, as much rice as vegetables. At least 1/3 of your daily amount of these should consist of whole foods. Get 150 minutes of exercise every week. Drink more water instead of soft drinks.
Danongdafu Forest Park is the first flatland forest in the East Rift Valley of Taiwan. The park was created by the Forestry Bureau as an effort to reforest disused farmland areas. The new forest takes advantage of the East Rift Valley's fertile environment. Since planning for Danongdafu began, over 1 million trees have been planted in the park. The park has a large variety of trees, with more than 20 different tree species being planted. The more than 1,200-hectare park features many biking and walking trails. Visitors can bike along paths through tunnels of trees. Danongdafu Forest Park is a great place to have a relaxing forest bath.
See you next time!